first YouTube video. This is a makeup tutorial on this Valentine's Day look I created, and I use the Modern Renaissance palette. I honestly feel like this is the ultimate Valentine's Day palette. Just because of the fact that it has like these berry shades and like these warm shades and like the shimmers and stuff. I feel like it's just so versatile that you can make many looks with it. I really wanted to incorporate these berry shades because I kind of feel like those berry shades are like the main attraction of this palette, and so this is the look I created. And yeah, so I hope you guys like this video, and if you do, give it a thumbs up and comment below what you liked the most about this video. So first off, I'm going to take my LA Girl concealer in the shade Pure Beige. I'm using this as my eyeshadow primer. Then I'm blending it out with my Real Techniques beauty sponge. Then I'm taking my RCMA No Color powder. The packaging on the RCMA powder is not good at all, so I put it in my old Laura Mercier container. Now I'm taking the Morphe E23 brush, and I'm taking that raw sienna color and using that as my transition shade. Now I'll be taking the Bone Fresco color on a Morphe 441 brush. This is just a blending brush, and I'm basically applying this color right above the transition shade and just blending. Now taking the brush that comes with the palette, I'm going to be taking Venetian Red and Love Letter and applying that to the outer corner of the eye. Now with the flat shadow brush, I'll be taking the color Tempera and applying that to the inner and the center of the lid. Here I'm going back with the brush that comes with the palette, and I'm applying more of Venetian Red and Love Letter just to build it up a bit more. Now I'm taking the Morphe E23 again, and I'm just blending out the edges. Going back to the brush that comes with the palette, I'm taking Cypress Umber and mostly focusing that on the outer corner, but also blending it into the crease as well. And once again, we are blending out the edges. Now I'm taking my Garnier Micellar Water makeup remover on a cotton swab, and I'm going to clean up my eyeshadow. Now for the hardest part of this makeup tutorial, I'll be taking my Maybelline Line Stiletto liquid eyeliner and just doing a wing. Now I'm taking my Sephora Collection mascara and applying that. And now I'm using my L'Oreal Magic Lumi Light Infusing Primer. My skin's been really dry lately, so I try to moisturize my skin very well. Now I'm taking my Tarte Maracuja oil and I'm mixing that in with my foundation. I'm using the Born This Way foundation in shade Light Beige and Milani Conceal and Perfect foundation in 04. I like to work with my foundation in sections, and then I blend it out with the beauty sponge. I just think it gives a much more natural finish than a brush would. Now I'm taking my absolute favorite concealer, the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the shades Tan and Fair. The reason why I have two shades is because they didn't have my shade in stock, so I ended up buying a light shade and a dark shade, and I just mixed them together. Now that I have this tribal art on my face, I'm going to be blending that out with my Real Techniques beauty sponge. Now going back in with the RCMA No Color Powder, I'm going to be taking my e.l.f. Flawless Concealer Brush and setting my under eyes. Now I'm taking a big fluffy brush and dipping it into the product. Then I'll be swirling my brush into the cap to knock off any excess product. Then what I like to do is press the powder in instead of swirling the product on the skin. Swirling can move the product, which therefore will cause your skin to look patchy and uneven. Now I'm taking the Physicians Formula Bronze Booster and a bronzing brush, and I'm just applying this to add a little bit of color back into the skin. There are many areas you can apply bronzer depending on your face shape and what you want to accentuate and what you don't. For example, my double chin is something I do not want to accentuate. Onto contouring, I'm taking my Kat Von D Shade and Light palette in the colors Somber and Subconscious. I'm applying this with a small contour brush. Can we just take a moment to look at the hand that I'm applying my contour with? It literally looks like I'm ready to go to a tea party or something.
Blend, 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 blend.
Now with the brush that I used to bronze my face, I'm going to be using it again to blend in my contour with my bronzer, just to make sure that everything is seamless and blended. Now with a slanted contour brush, I'm taking the RCMA No Color Powder and I'm basically cleaning up my contour. This is a really good tip in case you just add too much bronzer or your bronzer just goes like really low. You can clean it up with just a little bit of powder. In general, this technique just gives you a really sharp contour and makes everything look neat. Now I'm taking MAC's Pro Longwear Blush in the shade Gingerly, and I'm applying this with a short-haired stippling brush. Now I'm taking my MAC Fix Plus setting spray, and I'm like literally spraying like half of the bottle on my face. If you feel like your face is looking powdery, you can spray this on your face and it just melts the makeup altogether. Now I'm taking my highlighter by Becca in the shade Opal, and I'm applying this with the Morphe M310 fan brush. Now I'm taking a lip brush to apply highlight to the tip of my nose and the bridge of my nose. Now taking my fan brush again, I'm going to apply highlight to my cupid's bow, to the tops of my cheeks again, and the tip of my nose. Going back to the Modern Renaissance palette, I'm taking Venetian Red and Love Letter on a small domed brush and just applying that under my eye. Then I'm going in with the Raw Sienna shade, the transition shade we used, and applying that over the berry shades. Now for my brows, I'm taking the Anastasia Dip Brow in dark brown and the number 7 Anastasia brush, and I'm leaving out my brows in this video because I'll make a brow routine later on. Now I'm taking the Tempera shade again and applying that to my brow bone and the inner corner of my eyes. Now for my bottom lashes, I'm using the same mascara I used for my top lashes. This is a Sephora Collection mascara. To line my lips, I'm using MAC's lip liner in the shade Whirl. The lip I'm using today is the Too Faced Melted Matte Liquid Lipstick in the shade Cool Girl. that's my very first makeup tutorial on YouTube. I really hope you guys liked it, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up. Comment below what you want to see next, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!